If you love superheroes, you'll love these cartoons. Hey, what's up, Nerd Fam? This is your boy Gashawn, and I want to welcome you to Into the Nerd, where we talk about superheroes, whether it's in anime, manga, cartoons, whatever. Speaking of cartoons, let's talk about some, specifically superhero cartoons. Now, whether they're from last year or from 10 years ago, they've got some really good ones, and I want to go over some that I think that you have to watch, especially if you love the superhero genre. Let's get into that. Let's start with Marvel. In particular, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. That was actually made a little bit before I was born, but it was still out. It had some original characters in it, like Firestar. She wasn't in the comics yet, and Lightwave, who was supposed to be like Bobby Drake or Iceman's half sister. That was pretty interesting. Obviously, Spider-Man the animated series. That was big. It was very comic book accurate. It had like the Beyonder and Madam Web and stuff like that. Later on, they had Spectacular Spider-Man, which was pretty cool. Did very well, and I think melded very well with, like, I guess the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and a lot of the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff, which was pretty cool as well. And what other stuff in the 90s? You had like Silver Surfer cartoon, which once again they did a lot of comic book accurate stuff there. The Incredible Hulk cartoon. Iron Man had a great cartoon back in the 90s as well. I think the best 90s cartoon is, the shirt that I'm wearing right now, which would have been X-Men the Animated Series, which literally had like an entire season on the Phoenix Saga. Like they went to the Savage Land, did Days of Future Past, like literally had a lot of iconic storylines in there, which I thought was really cool. They really pay attention to detail when it came to that, right? X-Men Evolution came later on down the line, which was like an alternative take, and it kind of borrowed from like what they did in the movies, which obviously isn't the greatest, but they had some cool storylines. Still had Juggernaut in there, and Juggernaut was, actually, still read from the tablet, which was good. He wasn't just a mutant out of nowhere, right? There's also Wolverine and the X-Men, which was an interesting show as well. And if you're talking about like cartoon movies, they had like the Hulk, the Hulk versus cartoons, which were like Hulk versus Thor, and then Hulk versus Wolverine. That was actually really, really awesome as well. You have to watch that. Black Panther also has like a recent cartoon. It was on like BET. It was on like from Marvel Knights. It was awesome. It was also, he was actually voiced by Jaimin Hansu, right? Which is awesome. A lot of stuff that Marvel had. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I did forget Spider-Man Unlimited, right? Spider-Man Unlimited was when he went to like some alternate Earth or counter Earth. It was like on the other side of the sun or something like that. And his costume looked very similar to like what Spider-Man 2099 looks like. And he had like, he fought like different mutated versions of, Venom and Carnage, as if they can get any worse, right? But it was interesting, and only for one season. I really liked it a lot, right? I really, really did. A lot of those cartoons from Marvel are really iconic. I mean, I remember like when the X-Men animated series came on, like when they had that scene when they were like running together from opposite sides. I literally used to run from the other side of the room. It's embarrassing. I'm not embarrassed. I'm proud of it. I don't care. Right? But yeah, that's really the Marvel cartoons. Oh wait, I'm still forgetting. Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes is awesome. Now it's not as old as the other ones. It came out in the 2000s, but they did a lot of comic book accurate stuff, like having Graviton in there and doing like the whole Skrull invasion. Really, really cool. I really like that cartoon as well. So go watch that. Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. See, just remembering this stuff on the go. So, but yeah, awesome. Watch it. Next, we have to talk about DC, because when it comes to the animated department, they're amazing. They're honestly amazing, right? Batman the Animated Series, obviously groundbreaking for a lot of reasons. I mean, everything that Bruce Timm was really involved in terms of the animated series was awesome, right? And the Batman animated series, like, you watch it now as an adult, you're like, was that really even for kids? It was pretty dark, right? You also had the following a Superman series made same as X Studios, Justice League, and then Justice League Unlimited, which were also awesome, and they spawned a movie afterwards as well, which was great, which, with the Thanagar invasion and all that. It was pretty cool. We have Static Shock, which is a classic, and obviously Milestone has come back, so maybe we'll get a revival of that, whether in another cartoon or even better, a live action adaptation. That's something that perhaps we'll get, but yes, besides that, we have Batman Beyond, which is something that people are also waiting to come to live action adaptation. But that cartoon was awesome, especially when it came out. We have Teen Titans. I mean, it's Teen Titans Go, but I didn't really watch that. Teen Titans, it was awesome. Great theme song, and excellent handling of Slade Wilson. It did actually pretty well. And of course, we can't mention Teen Titans without mentioning Young Justice, which honestly is one of the best out there, right? I mean, it's supposed to be a season 4 coming out. It handles the storyline great. It actually has a lot of progression, obviously, like we actually see Dick Grayson grow up, handle some adult themes in there, and it actually goes with the times as well, as you can see what they did with Aqualad and stuff like that, which, you know, it is what it is, right? But we love the shows. It's awesome. What else? I'm trying to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. I feel like I'm forgetting something. When it comes to DC, you also can't forget their animated movies, which are really like where they shine a lot. Besides just their shows, they shine a lot on their films. So whether it's like Flashpoint Paradox or Justice League War, or, you know, a recent one like Apocalypse War, Wonder Woman Bloodlines, Hush, Killing Joke, Justice League versus Teen Titans, Justice League Dark, just so many, right? They have so many. I know I'm probably forgetting the Red Hood, right? So many hits they have there, and you know, some of them are like pretty spot on once again, but when they make changes, it's still enjoyable. So can't complain. Now in this other category, some of these might be familiar, some of them might be really, really obscure. For example, Defenders of the Earth, that was cool to me. You had, you know, the Phantom, Lothar, and Flash Gordon. They were all in that one. Once again, this is before my time. However, they still play them when I was young. I was big, right? As well as Space Sentinels, which had 2 actual black characters that was actually pretty rare at that time, which was Astria and Black Vulcan from the Super Friends. That was pretty big. And Super Stretch and Micro Woman. They were like a married couple who were like shapeshifting to like solve crimes and stuff like that, which was really cool to see as well. So those are really obscure and older, but you got to go look it up and see it. They're pretty groundbreaking for their time, right? Wildcats, which is technically DC now, but at the time it was published by Wildstorm. Awesome cartoon from the 90s. A lot of people don't know about that, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where they're talking about the one that came out in the 80s. They had one in the 90s and then one in the 2000s. So there came one at Fox. I think all 3 of them actually have a pretty cool place. Not really talking about the live action one, even though but that might hold a special place in some people's hearts. Not really with mine, right? We also have Thundercats and Silverhawks, both made by the same exact company. Both pretty cool. I favored Thundercats. I think like a lot of people did. I definitely had my own sort of omens and just, you know, try to get myself sight beyond sight. Didn't work. Just almost took out my eye. One of them things, right? But yes, besides that, I gotta think, am I missing anything from, I mean, there's Tarzan and Super 7, but also that's kind of obscure too. That kind of links in with the Space Sentinel stuff. Spawn. The Spawn show. That was on the HBO. That wasn't really for kids, but still, it was really cool. And obviously, like, the animation was awesome. But once again, probably not for kids. But you gotta love Al Simmons. You have to love Al Simmons, right? But okay, so that's really it for those 3 categories. Let me know if you're like, hey, you missed a couple of these, and I feel like I did. Either way, let me know in the comment section if you have one. We can discuss that. If there was some of these that you don't like, you hated, let me know too. And make sure you keep on reading these comics. You keep on watching cartoons, but please don't forget to enter the nerd.